Doris. Congratulations.
The first stage of week 4 head of house challenge will be played in groups, and for that to happen the housemates had to choose their numbers, and that was made possible through a lucky dip. Now Big Brother told them that for everybody that picks the number 1, it means you will be going first together with every other person that picked that number. This means that for everyone that picks 1, you know that you all are competitors because you all will be playing as a group, and the best person, that's the first person to finish the quickest, will now move to the next stage from that group. The first game to be played is called the Payload Challenge, and the housemates were given with 5 payloads. That's 5 housemates will be playing at a go, and attached to each payload is a wooden ring, and there is also a hook. Attached to each payload is also a marked line. At the sound of the buzzer, you must stand behind each marked line and throw your hook at your ring. Sounds easy, right? But trust me, it's not. When you successfully attach your hook to your ring, you must then go ahead and pull. Mind you, you're pulling in your own lane. Now you have to pull your payload to pass the finish line. In the process of pulling, if any of your ball falls off, you must return them to your payload in order to continue pulling. Mind you, once you hook your payload, you're only allowed to hold the rope by the black handle. At no point in the game must you pull your payload by dragging the rope. Now, Big Brother also instructed them that there is a platform in the arena, but they should make sure that their payload cross the finish line before they now drag it to the platform. And now there is a twist. So Big Brother told them that once you cross the finish line, you can hold the part of the rope anywhere. You can hold any part of the rope while you pull. So if in case you have your competitor at the finish line, the both of you can decide to hold any part of it and then drag to your platform to make sure you finish the quickest. Although I don't think they got that part of the instruction. Again, in the process of pulling, if your hook detaches from your payload, Big Brother instructed that you go to the nearest black line in the game, that's in the field, and throw your hook from there to attach to your payload. So once reattached, you continue with your journey. Now fastest in each group advances to the next level. Now for group 1, we have Thelma Lawson, Zita, Big Soso, Manson and Ivata. Manson actually finished the quickest in this team, followed by Thelma, Zita, Ivata, with Big Soso being the last to finish. For group 2, we have Doris, Denari, Cola, Victory, and then Culture. Doris was the fastest to finish in group 2, followed by Denari, and then came Victory, with Culture and Cola had to be the last person to finish. Cola actually had a rough time hooking his payload. Please pardon my English. He had a rough time attaching his hook to his payload. Now for group 3, we have Jason J, Imisi, Dede, Joanna and Mide. Joanna was the first to finish on her team, followed by Dede, and then came Jason J, Imisi, and Mide happens to be the last to finish on this team. Imisi actually had speed initially, but I don't know what happened, and Joanna did it. Now for group 4, we have Faith, Bright Morgan, Coin, K-Bobo and Culture. And for this category, Coin happened to be the first to finish, followed by K-Bobo and then Faith. Now for the final group, we have just Tracy, Isabella and Sultana. Bear in mind that Gigi Jasmine did not partake in this game because she strained her knee. Isabella was the first to finish in this group and at that qualified for the next stage. Now for the final stage, Big Brother told them that the theme for this week is called Nostalgia, and at that they'll be playing a game of something from the past, and this final game is called The Season. So When the buzzer comes up, a housemate from past season of Big Brother Naija will appear, and all these people have to do is to go ahead and pick a card that shows the season that particular housemate graced our screen. And they will be going for 15 rounds. That's 15 ex-housemates, or rather 15 housemates from the previous seasons. At the end, the housemates that have got the correct number of ex-housemates will be this week's head of house. Now, mind you that those that will be playing for this is Mensan, Doris, Joanna, Queen, and then Isabella. Big Brother also warned the housemates not to give the players any clue, and that they should maintain silence in the arena. Now, first on the list, first ex-housemates to appear on the screen happens to be Cypher from Level Up season. Only Doris and Joanna was able to get this correctly. None of them was able to get Kaisha from Lockdown season. They all failed that. They were not able to identify Angel as well, and even Michael Ngene and Bali from Sigobe season. Yusef, they were not able to remember Yusef season as well. Even that of Peace. I think it was only Doris that answered correctly for Peace. They also had a rough time trying to identify what season Anika, Christy O, Watoni, Yusef, Coco Eyes, Bali all came from. But at the end of the day, Doris did justice. Doris and Isabella actually tried very well. They were able to recognize so many seasons. But Mensan did so terrible in this game. Mensan was just doing guesswork, and his guesswork was able to get him just one good answer. With that, Doris became this week's head of house, or rather should I say tonight's head of house, until she defends it tomorrow. That's when we will know. But congratulations to her on winning this today. She went ahead to pick Denari as her house guest, as expected. In fact, when Big Brother asked her, the whole house were already chorusing Denari's name. And now, coming back into the house, and we discovered that the parrot is back, because Big Brother said, in tune with, this week's theme is nostalgia, and in tune with that, the parrot is back to the house. Meanwhile, Rooboy is this week's Snail of the week, Snail of the house, for not performing excellently in today's HOH challenge. Congratulations to Doris on winning this very one. At least it's a good feeling. At least one should win once in a while, because Doris have been having a very bad one, especially last week during task. Back to back, she comes close to winning, or rather should I say her team always come close to winning, and at the end she'll be very angry. But now she's excited for winning this, and I'm wishing her all the best tomorrow when she'll be defending this HOH challenge. And for the parrots, that means we'll be getting some spicy gists. Anyways, do you still remember these parrots? Something from the past. Congratulations to Doris, and I'll see you in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.